Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I have hemmed and hawed about doing this video for a couple of days now, because I'm like, I don't have any cutesy decks because it's Valentine's Day, and I found a spread I wanted to do, and I hemmed and hawed about it. I'm like, I don't have enough cutesy decks, and da da da, but it just keeps like something keeps niggling at me to do it. So I found the prettiest one of the most Valentine-y decks I have, and that is the Crystal Visions Tarot. Backs are gorgeous. They scream, yeah, I guess Valentine's Day. They're pink and purple, not red, but they're pink and purple. And I got some rose quartz here for love, some amethyst here, dark amethyst, really pretty. And I found this spread I'm gonna do. It is, it's zoomed out right now. It's a Valentine's Day spread I found on Pinterest. It's Emerald Lotus Divination. It's 5 questions. And I've got them straight here because I don't have enough room to do the actual square. Maybe someday, but I don't today. So and I've already pulled the cards. I did a quick meditation, pulled the cards. I haven't looked at them or anything. But I did just lay them out. So you could be spared the whole breathing and all that. So anyway, let's dive right into this. So for the first question, and I want to say, today may be about, the lovers or being a couple. But first of all, the first year I really got into tarot, the Lover's card was my card of the year. And I realized the Lover's card doesn't always necessarily mean a couple. It's about self-love, self-reflection. What can I do to better self? And so that's what this spread is. It's not about you with someone else. It's a Valentine's Day spread for yourself and improving yourself and how you can recognize self-love and self-care and all that. And I just thought that was a beautiful Valentine's Day spread because not everybody has a significant other to celebrate it with. And a lot of times, to me, it's a day of reflecting on what can I do to improve me. How can I show me love today? So I think even if this is a ongoing spread, this should be a spread that is not just for Valentine's Day. But I wanted to do a spread for Valentine's Day, so here we are. So for the first question, before I continue to ramble, is how I can accept myself as I am today. And I've read through these questions a couple of times, and they're kind of hard hitting. So for how I can accept myself as I am today, and I got the 7 of Cups, which usually is all about choices. And I guess you could look at this as the choices I've made have led me to a certain paths. But here I see her as like this take charge. She's on like one of the few dragons in this deck. She's taking charge of herself, taking charge of her life. She's saying I don't need to make a choice because whatever a choice I make is going to be the right one. And I'm having this take charge attitude and take charge mentality. And I love that kind of in this response to how I can accept myself as I am today. Maybe just learn to accept your limitations and accept your limitations, but also accept that you do have some what's the word I'm looking for? Abilities, gifts. You are good at something. Accept those things as well, because we tend to look more on the negative than what we actually do know or feel or think. So I think that's interesting that that's the card that popped up, because to me it's more about realizing what you are capable of. Sorry, I had to take a drink, but that felt like a long thing. I'm sorry. So for card 2, how I can honor my capacity to love. How can I honor my capacity to love? And of course, it's justice. Um, Justice is a card that comes up for me all the time. It's to me about balance. It's the same as the Temperance card for me. They're both about a balancing act. You have to balance things. And to me, that's actually the perfect answer. How I can honor my capacity to love. Know that, just like it goes back to here, it's kind of this balancing act of knowing, but you have to know for a fact as a truth, just like justice. You have to know for a fact or a truth that you are capable of being loved, that you are lovable, and or how can I honor my capacity to love? Just you have to know. Um, it's not just a feeling. You have to know that you have this capacity to love, and I find that interesting. That's the card that pops up as justice is this balance. You need to find your balance, and once you find your balance, your footing, you will know with this knowing that you have this capacity to love. So interesting. So number 3, a way that I can express my love today. That I can express my love today. And 2 of Cups comes up. And again, to me, that's about balance. It's a give and take, a back and forth, a kind of a you give, you get what you put into it. Whatever you put out of the universe, you get back in kind. So to me, that's, again, about balance, but it's also a more of a, like I want to say a 7 of Pentacles, where there's a receiving and giving that happens here. A way that I can express my love today. So the more you express that you love, the more you will get back as well. Interesting. So number 4, how I can recognize when I'm being loved. See, this is deep. How can I recognize when I'm being loved? And I got the World. And I'm seeing this as a, hold on. I'm seeing this as a what not to do situation. So you see the world and how cruel it can be. And you're like, I don't want that in my life. So if you start treating others, and it goes back to this card here, it's almost like they're domino effects of each other. It's weird. If you start treating others with kindness and love and patience, then it will start coming back to you the same way. But you get what you put out. And again, that's reiterating that with the world is how cruel this world can be. If you choose to look at the better, brighter side of things, more love will come to you. So that's interesting as well. And then card 5, and that kind of answered that with how can I recognize when I'm being loved. As we know how cruel the world can be. And once you're in it, you know the difference. So that kind of answers that. And then kind of question 5, how I can bring more love into my life. How I can bring more love into my life. And we got the Temperance card. To me, every one of these, this card, this card, this card, all 3 of those are about balance. It's literally a balancing act. And again, it goes hand in hand with the World and this card, where whatever you put out comes back. And that could be the balancing act there of you put out goodness and love, and you will get the love back. That is very interesting that's these 3 cards that I always see as balance came up. So that's very interesting. And aren't those cards just gorgeous? Gorgeous. So anyway, that's the spread I've got. So I'm going to really quickly just pull a card from my Sacred Destiny Oracle, just because it's beautiful. And I just wanted to see now I'm really anxious to see what card will go with this spread. Any other advice that we can glean from the spread. That one tried to come out right there. Fulfillment. This is one of the first cards I saw in this deck that I'm like, I need this deck in my life. And it makes sense that goes with that is this, once you balance everything and put out the love and you start getting it back, there's a sense of fulfillment there, a sense of rightness, and you will be fulfilled. And that's just interesting. I just noticed there's a moon here, a half moon here, or a quarter moon here, and then there's a full moon in this too. And again, I'm getting this Two of Cups vibes from that as well. Interesting. So yeah, that is the spread I got. And I'm just going to check right quick on the Crystal Visions Tarot what the book says for this card, and this card. To see if it talks about balance in all three cards. So we have Justice. This card of Justice represents fairness, honesty, and acting in an ethical manner. Justice means weighing all sides before making important decisions. It also means being accountable and taking responsibility for actions. Justice is shown with a sword and scales, traditional symbols of the card of Justice. She stands balancing on loose rocks above a river of truth. And I did say truth here. Representing the fine balance it takes to find the truth. Even though events in our life may seem unjust, there is a divine order to the universe. Wow. Just got chills. Two of Cups. I can never find these when I need them to go correctly. The Two of Cups, much like the Lover's card, represents a connection, an attraction, or a common bond. It could be a marriage, a union, a deep friendship, or partnership. The Two of Cups can also represent a truce or forgiving someone close to you. This card portrays a man and a woman sharing their emotions as represented by the cups. The feeling is one of a romantic or sexual attraction. So that's not talking necessarily about fairness and honesty, but there is a duality there, which I see in Justice as well. So that makes sense. And then we got Temperance. And it's just funny that I mentioned Temperance, not knowing I'd pulled Temperance. This card, the card of Temperance, signifies maintaining balance, practicing moderation, and combining forces. The figure portrayed on the card tempers a chalice of water and a chalice of fire. She combines the two, and here we go with the Two of Cups again. Interesting. She combines the two in just the right balance. Again, balance. That instead of the water putting out the fire, together they create a rainbow. She sits with one foot on dry land, the material world, and one foot in the water, the subconscious. So I think it's funny that that comes after the world card, too, when it mentions she's got one foot on the world and one foot on the internal of it, aspect of it all. So that's very interesting. But again, these to me all tie together. Very interesting. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And happy Valentine's Day. You guys have a good night. Bye.